Today we have a total 15-minute lower body stretch routine. This is great if you need to really get that mobility up, get that flexibility up, sitting around, moving around. We use our legs mostly out of our total body, so you need to be stretching those areas out to really gain that flexibility and mobility over time, and especially if you're one that regularly goes to the gym and working out, and especially doing resistance training. You really need to keep flexible and mobile, otherwise you're going to start suffering from injuries and really getting stiffer on those joints. So let's go ahead and join me with those 15 minutes for that total lower body stretch. So let's begin getting that stretch routine in. So we're going to go in roughly just at 30 seconds now. So all you need to do right now is grab yourself a mat if you need one. If you're not already working on a softer surface on the floor, push it up against the wall. You're going to need access to a wall here because we're doing fairly low exercises, really assisting using that wall, and also grab yourself a bath towel. We're going to need a bath towel because we do some stretches that will help increase that flexibility zone. So grab yourself a nice longer bath towel rather than a smaller one. So if we're going to the first stretch, really get that mobility in our legs, we're going to be going in for some butterflies. So going your back against the wall, getting those feet to touch. Pull them in as close as you can towards you. And all you want to do right now is really just try to loosen up that hip joint to start off with. So we're just going to be pushing out our knees and then bringing it back in. So keeping it nice and light for this first particular stretch. We're going in 1 minute with all the stretches and 15 seconds rest, which is just enough time to prepare yourself for the next stretch. So just push it down enough that you're feeling slight pressure, pull coming into almost the groin area, inner hips. And just regulate your breathing all the way through this stretch routine. So it's going to be relaxed all the way through. Just giving that 15 seconds to move into the next one. We're going to move into a single leg butterfly. This concentrates on balancing out the legs here. We're going to find one hip is most likely tighter than the other. So I'm going to start with my left side. I'm going to slightly lean onto my right as well, so I can get that little bit more range to push down my left one. So as I'm pretty more comfortable on the left side, I can pretty much get it down to the bottom. If you're not able to touch it to the bottom and you're feeling a lot of pressure on the inner hip, then again, just go with slight pulses, get that movement in there. So you're really just trying to warm into the joint rather than just going in for a full static push. So you're not trying to force it with too much pressure, just releasing it and then pushing it. Just trying to slowly increase the elasticity in the muscle. Okay, you got that 15 seconds. I'm going to just go ahead and switch straight into the next one, as I find I need to work a little bit more on this one. And you can always mix up your timings. If you're really stiff on one side and you can actually touch down the other side, you can actually switch the exercise a lot earlier, so you can focus more on the actual stiff side. So for me, I can't actually touch on my right side. It's not going all the way down. And don't forget to breathe through the stretches. So as you feel that pressure, the pain every time, make sure you breathe out and breathe in. So after this stretch, we're going in for the hamstring stretch. That's just going to be completely laying down and you're going to be grabbing your towel for that exercise. So we're doing a self-assisted stretch to really loosen out those hamstrings. Okay, so grabbing that towel. Starting with the one leg, bring it up, get that towel around the foot. the other leg straight down, keep it as straight as you can, and then just pull as far as you can until you get that stretch in the hamstrings. So it's always a good idea to bend the knee to start with, pull it till you feel the stretch, and then slowly try to push out the leg, trying to straighten out through the knee without letting that leg move back again. And then just release, bending the knee again, and then push up again. Just creating that extra stretch right through into the calves, into the hams. Switch legs. Again, straight on the other leg. Bend the knee to start with. Pull all the way in until you get that stretch, feeling it in the hamstrings. And then trying to straighten again on the same on this leg as well. Straighten through the knee and release. Right, let's move over into wall splits so I can get rid of the towel for now. Going to be going right up against the wall here. So take your hips close to the wall and then you want to swing over. So you got your butt touching the wall here and legs close together to start with, and then just start splitting out your legs. So push with your hands as far as you can till you get that stretch right here again, hitting through the hamstrings, now coming into the inner hip as well, into the groin area. So going in for more of a static stretch here. Again, make sure it's slightly comfortable, not overstretching this area, just enough that you can bear through the minute. After this, we're going to be moving into a single split stretch and a hip stretch. So we're going to move into the next one. Bring those legs in first. I'm going to bring one foot down, keeping it closest to the wall possible. Get the ankle to touch it, and get the knee up against the wall as well. And then now I'm going to start pushing out the opposite leg wide out. So you're still getting that inner stretch to the left side, but as you take it out, I get an outer hip stretch on the leg that's bent. Starts to feel nice and comfortable in the stretch. Just pushing out a little bit further. Just make sure you've got a slight intense stretch, but not too far. Okay, change legs. Just bring them up straight first. Slowly bring this one up. It's going to feel a little bit of numbness in the hip there. And then switch to the other side now. Make sure that knee's touching the wall. Get the ankle to touch the wall. And then slowly come out. Again, you're going to find one side a lot more stiffer than the other. Okay, just coming away from the wall a little bit, gonna go into some glute stretches. So you're gonna get both legs up against the wall here, get a 90-degree angle, get one foot across like this, so get the ankle just below the knee here, and trying to push out this knee, so you're also getting a right angle here towards the hip. And you're gonna feel a stretch in your glutes on this particular side. If you're not feeling much here, then you're going to need to go closer towards the wall. So if I get in a bit more, and then do the same again, and pushing out, and make sure you're keeping those glutes pushed down towards the floor. You should feel a stretch on the side that the leg is bent. That's the stretch where you're going to get all the way through the hip and into the glutes. So try to force those glutes towards the floor. That's when you feel a much deeper stretch. Okay, and changing over. Again, you're going to feel stiffer on one side, a bit more stiffer on me right here, so I'm going to just shift a little bit back. All right, let's move into the next one. We're going to be doing a thigh stretch against the wall here. So for this one, you're going to bring that knee down to the floor, bring your foot on the wall, trying to get your knee close as you can towards the wall. But first, I recommend just starting a little bit away from it, depending on the flexibility you have in your thighs. And then you just want to come up, getting that front leg into a right angle position. And then stay up nice and tall here. Shoulders rounded back, as well as the chest out forward, and trying to get your glutes here to touch your heel of your foot if you can. Get that stretch all the way up here into the thighs, really stretching the quads out. So you can always bring your knee a little bit more forward if you're finding that it's too difficult to hold the position, or if you need to really force that stretch a bit more, you can't feel enough. Then you just got to back your knee up against the wall close as you can to get some maximum flexibility. All right, and switching up again. And definitely go without any footwear if you're wearing trainers to do this particular exercise, because you're going to find it really hard to get the bend of the front foot. So you want to just naturally bend, pushing against the wall. It also stretches out the front of your foot, which feels really nice, eases off the tension around the front, so around your shins, the anterior part. It's going to remove some tension from there as well. So we're going to be moving into the last exercise, just finishing off this complete stretch routine, is the forward bend. So just sitting up with your back against the wall, or you can even stay away from the wall. So you're going to be reaching forward, getting that lower back to stretch out. So for this one, you determine whether you need to bend the knees. So you can focus more on the back, and you want to focus a lot less stretch. Even if you can feel nothing here, you're better off that way for this stretch, because you want to focus more on your lower back. So just a forward bend all the way, using your hands, bring them as close as you can towards your feet, ankles, or if it's just around, grabbing around your calf area, just pull yourself in. Only straighten your knees if you find that your hamstring flexibility is fine. You can't really feel the hamstring stretch while doing this exercise. It's just all in your lower back. Again, just pulsing through this one rather than a static hold. Just try to increase the elasticity in the back muscles so you get a better forward bend. Trying to get that head closer to the knees. All right, so that is it. A nice, relaxing, and a little bit of tension, obviously, through it. You're going to feel a little bit of break of sweat possibly when you're really pushing through it. That muscle tension that you're pulling creates a little bit of a sweat. I should also feel nice, relieved, especially after you finish it. Feel a little bit more flexible automatically there. Feel a bit more mobile. When you come off stretches, you're going to feel much lighter on your feet. So it's a great thing, and it really gets your energy going. Feel a little bit more active, brain activity rise as well. So it's great to add morning stretches in just like this, or any part of your day, wherever it fits you best. But that's for the 15-minute lower body flexibility mobility stretch. You need to be doing this more than once in the week. So if you can add it at least 2 to 3 times, and even more if you want to do it every day, possibly just doing 15 minutes is really going to improve your flexibility over time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, support the channel, and subscribe if you're new to this channel here, and let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. Let me know in the comments down below, but I'll see you guys in the next one.